Hey everybody, this is day number 4, October 4th, 2009, and there were a couple of major things that happened to me on my bike trip. First thing, in the morning I crossed out of California into Arizona, so it was pretty cool to cross the state so quickly. It was nice to have that state line sense of accomplishment. Felt good to have, no matter what happened to me during the rest of the trip, I would be able to say at least I made it across California. And just recently I was on a 3-month trip where I was walking up the state of California, and after 3.5 months I was still in California, so it was very cool to make it across California in 3 days. And I remember when I crossed into Arizona, I stopped at a little tiny town, and I called home and talked to my sister Holly, and I remember they were watching football because I believe it was a Sunday, and I was super jealous because I used to, when I was at home, I really enjoyed doing that, so I definitely did have times where I missed home, but it was very, very infrequent, and I loved being on my bike trip, seeing new things every day. And also, if you know me, one of the things I love most about traveling and trips are meeting new people, so it was really nice to meet some adventurers. Today, on the 4th day of my trip, was the first time I had met anybody that was out on a trip themselves. And the first guy I met was a German guy named Hans, who was doing like a north to south trip across the U.S. He was following like the Canadian Rockies, and then he was going to finish in like Baja, Mexico. So that was really cool to meet him, and we talked for maybe like 15 minutes, and I warned him about the place down the road that charged $4.25 for a gallon of water, and he told me about what I was, he told me to make sure I had lots of water as well. It's a common theme down there in Southern California. And about 5 minutes after I met Hans, I met another very, very interesting guy who was walking across the country from Florida to California, the same kind of route I was taking on my bike, but walking. And he had already been out on the road for over 3 months, and he was nearing San Diego where he planned to finish. And I was really excited to meet him because he was walking across the U.S. to honor United States servicemen and women, which is great because my dad is a Vietnam vet, so it was cool to talk to him. And he was really interested in the fact that I also had walked quite a distance, having hiked the Appalachian Trail in 2006. And the other interesting thing about him was that he loved taking photographs. And I think in the 20 minutes we talked, he must have taken like 400 pictures. And then he also had a support crew that drove a car, and he had a professional photographer there. So I was just overwhelmed, having not really met too many people in the first 4 days, and having this guy who was doing the walking take tons of pictures, and then this professional photographer was like taking crazy pictures from every angle, and it was just kind of funny to go from not seeing anybody to being overwhelmed by those people. And then I just remember the rest of the day was relatively simple. Again, really gorgeous weather. You'll kind of get tired of me hearing that. I biked the whole way across the country with only having a few raindrops, and they weren't until the very last day, the 53rd or something day. So I had a lot of good weather, but this day was no exception, and it was a really great time. So thanks for checking this out, and I will post another video tomorrow. Alright guys, that's all I have for you today. If you are interested in keeping in touch, just subscribe to me on YouTube or follow on Facebook. Just search for Moleman Adventure Publishing, or you can check out www.danielmoeller.com. Alright, I hope you guys tune in tomorrow.